blocked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a good push up front, and he's able to nab it. Down inside the 30. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. On play action, here's Ritter. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Ritter. And it's caught. And he's brought down. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Robinson. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Come on, set.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Patterson. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Desmond Ritter, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. A man from just south of here in McDonough, it's Antonio Gibson. Now he's loose at the 40. Antonio Gibson. And down to the 7-yard line. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now Cunningham. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. But that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And now an audible here into something else. To throw on 2nd down. Cunningham. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone Giants defense is a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, so they'll get nothing out of that play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Ritter. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. The Falcons at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The slot man in motion right.
Ready?
To the air again, it's Ritter. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Cunningham to throw. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a 2nd and 10. Once more, Gibson. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. On the counter, Gibson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is now 10-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he returns this to the 22.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Red, yellow. Ready.
Ritter will set up to throw it. He's got Patterson on the out route. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Ritter on the 4th down try. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Get up.
Now a first down throw, Cunningham. And oh, a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 103 yards rushing now for Gibson. He's got a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Antonio Gibson, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Okay, great. Hawk 70.
A play fake. Now Cunningham. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Lorenzo Carter. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
The 2nd down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Off play action, it's Cunningham.
That is incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Cunningham from the gun. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Folk's kick is good.
And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back.
But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Calais Campbell on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Gibson will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Now Folk for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks.
He's got a man, complete.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
79 Broncos.
On second down, here's Cunningham. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it, just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taken in at the 22.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And it will be Falcon football.
Ready up.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Check view.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Meanwhile, Ritter's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
52 blaster.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Spike.
Ritter, he wants to change the play here.
Spike. 97. Set.
3rd down, here's Patterson. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Striker. 3-3. Ready?
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
41 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
That's brought in downfield by London.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson scoring a touchdown against his former mates.
And the Falcons get a bit closer.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Go, Reed. Go.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Call a no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Cunningham. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Cunningham. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
2nd and 10.
Go red.
At the 31-yard line.
Set. Go.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Slide through.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Cut.
Ritter to throw it. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not going to...
On the ready.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Go pick.
And London, the motion man right.
Steal. Steal. Check steal. Ready.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Black shot. Hut.
They'll go again with Patterson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Ready.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Ready.
Ritter down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got his man. It's London. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go check. Ready?
On 1st down, right back to Gibson. Taken down at the 42. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Gibson again. And he is going to lose yardage here. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Now Ritter to throw on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Well, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? In motion, it's Miller. They'll give it to Patterson. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
43 rail.
Here's Ritter. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Ready.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off. And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Cunningham. Able to find complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. Pass complete to Robinson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Ritter. Pass caught, Miller. And he's going to have a first down, but he's tackled inbounds up near midfield. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's 1st down.
Blaster, stay.
Ritter wants to throw it. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him, let him...
Wilson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game, but they're running what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it, a costly turnover. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
5, 97. Red, green. Blue, black.
Now Ritter. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So the final second.